Miss,
Yeah.
the whole page, what is, like, did you say beforehand the site, time, and function?
No, haven't said anything about those yet.
Okay, fine. Thanks. Sorry.
Okay. Are we happy to move? So all that is telling you is FSH will stimulate the production of estrogen. It'll inhibit progesterone. Estrogen will stimulate the production of LH. It'll inhibit FSH. So whatever is made encourages the next hormone to be made and stops the previous hormone being made. So after today's lesson, there was hormone parts to the homework questions. It's like maybe two parts in it, but just go back and have a look over it in light of what we'll have done today, just to make sure that they are right and that you're happy with them. So we're just looking now at the rules. So we've just done this. There's the 4 hormones involved and they'll accept the letters and we look at them then. So each hormone will cause the production of the next one, and it inhibits is the word that you use, the one that precedes it. So we're going to look at FSH. So FSH and LH, males of the species get it as well. It's made in the pituitary gland and it's going to be made between days 1 and 5. So at this point our endometrium is breaking down, but FSH's job is to look specifically at bringing those potential eggs forward. So it's a follicle stimulating hormone. It makes a Graafian follicle. So if you can make the link between those two. So it's the whole day 1 to 5. Now this is something that they commonly use in IVF. You would see it, I suppose, not where IVF is unregulated. Well, you'll see it there as well. But you know how you hear in the US there was the Octomom. I don't know, were you even born? I think you were. But there was this lady, she looks very like Angelina Jolie, and she had
Mother of octuplets.
Yeah, she had 8 babies. And the reason she had 8 babies was she was given loads of this FSH. She produced loads of eggs and she got pregnant. It wasn't done in a petri dish. Now, the Graafian follicle that's made starts then to produce the estrogen. So FSH will eventually bring about the production of estrogen. So when FSH is or when IVF is more regulated, what they will do is they will give the female FSH, multiple eggs will develop, but they will actually harvest those eggs. So they'll put a little incision and they'll go into the ovary and they will literally suck those eggs out before they go into the fallopian tube. And then they will add sperm to them in a petri dish or freeze them.
Miss,
Yeah.
for the sentence before, like before list of 4 hormones, it's just causing the production, and for the second space.
So it causes the production and inhibits the hormone preceding it. So the hormone that comes after it, it'll make sure that gets produced, and the one that comes before it will stop its production. Okay, so I'm looking at heads. We alright? Alright, so the next hormone up then is estrogen. That's going to be made in your Graafian follicle, and it's between days 5 to 14. And the main thing here is the production of the endometrium is the main thing, because it's going to develop that further. And now we've said it's going to inhibit the preceding hormone, and it's going to ensure that the next one gets made. So it is going to inhibit the FSH. So now there's no other eggs going to develop, and again, this is something that they use in some types of contraceptive pill, and it is going to stimulate the production of your LH. So it inhibits FSH and it's going to stimulate LH. It's going to develop your endometrium. Okay, so then the next hormone is the LH. So like FSH is made in the pituitary gland and at day 14. And so what's the big thing that happens at day 14?
The egg is released.
Egg is released. So that is the reason why. So the production of LH will bring about ovulation. So your egg gets released. It'll encourage the Graafian follicle to develop into that corpus luteum, the yellow body, which is going to make progesterone, and it will inhibit estrogen. Okay, so corpus luteum will make progesterone for you, and it inhibits estrogen. Okay, and then our last hormone is progesterone. So progesterone is made in the corpus luteum. It's from days 14 to 28. It is responsible for the endometrium. It will inhibit FSH. So progesterone is a bit of a weird one because it has an influence on both FSH, which comes after it, but your body is of the opinion that it's pregnant, so it definitely doesn't want to have any eggs developing. So FSH will be inhibited, LH will be inhibited because, again, it thinks you're pregnant. It doesn't want any other pregnancies, and it will also prevent contractions of the uterus. So again, you can get progesterone only contraceptive pills. So essentially it's fooling your body into thinking that you are pregnant. So therefore you can't get pregnant. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so then the last thing that we're going to do today is we've had male infertility, which is the low sperm count. So the female infertility that we're going to use is what's called endocrine gland failure. So this is when you'd have hormone issues within the ovary. So it can be, sometimes there isn't an obvious cause, but it can be caused by presence of tumours. So what do you think your treatment might be?
Surgery to get the tumours out.
Yeah, that's one, definitely. Anything else? Oh lads, it's too early. So obviously depends on your cause of your problem, but you can give hormone treatment, you can have surgery, or in a Yeah.
With the fibroids, like, you know, the way they're benign tumors,
Yeah.
so are you still fertile when you have them then?
What it does is it makes implantation exceptionally difficult because
Okay.
you now have these growths on the walls where the zygote would implant.
But it wouldn't be technically an infertility disorder then, it would just
No,
be like,
that's a menstrual disorder.
oh,
So would that mean, would the tumors anyway impact the development of the embryo?
Possibly, yeah. But you'll also have issues with that, like periods themselves for individuals with fibroids are exceptionally painful because that growth is still on the uterus and now you have an endometrium lining that's trying to come off. So this is where we're going to leave it today in terms of notes. By now there should have been an email. It'll either have gone to your email and it'll have gone to our posts. There is a link. It took me ages to find this